The city of Atlanta definitely shapes the culture, not just of this, just not just of Georgia and Atlanta, but just of the world. Music is art, and there's a lot of stuff coming out of other cities also. So, we're not going to discount LA. We're not going to discount New Orleans and Memphis and Dallas and Houston and Philly, DC, and New York and all the other places. But Atlanta is like, it is what it is. When you watch it, because like I often tell people on different podcast platforms that when they talk about Atlanta sound, I think we touched on this a little bit on the last episode. There really is no Atlanta sound. None of the music really sounds alike. When you had like the snap movement, some of the stuff kind of sounded similar. When you had the booty shake music, some of it sounded a little similar. Even some of the trap music sounds a little similar, but it's really about a genre or a wave, quote unquote, that's been established. But a lot of stuff in the wave don't sound the same. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people who was in the swag movement, and they music didn't sound in the futuristic movement. J Money records didn't really sound just like Young LA's records, like the beats. Ain't I was totally different from first name, last name. You know what I'm saying? And so on and so forth. When you try to compare like Travis Porter and Soulja Boy and all the different artists like Waka Flocka and Gucci, and like none of this music really sounds the same. So it's the arguments and the conversations to me really they really just be monkey. Like for people to be making the statements that they be making about trying to compare everything, because I mean that's one of the biggest things in our community that hold us back. In our community, we try to figure out a way to put everything against each other and make comparisons, and if this and if that and this like this and this like that, and like music is art. It's art, and if you really understand art is not scientific.
Why would you say that certain parts of Atlanta culture get celebrated until institutions, I guess, have publicly been able to stand beside them? So, question: when Atlanta's raw cultural spaces become part of larger conversations, why does that create discomfort, I guess, amongst other people that don't necessarily understand?
I mean, the culture creates discomforts in some areas when things become mainstream. When something becomes mainstream because it has become so big, it's so influential, people are willing to write checks to, I wouldn't manipulate, maybe the wrong word, but it becomes a business.